All right. It's 8 p.m. Central, and time for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, heard Wednesday nights right here on this repeater. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I will be your net control for the evening. This is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment time. You can hear us on the University Link repeater system, the N5OAK repeater system, and the W5AC repeater in College Station. There are other ways of checking into the repeater system, and you can find more details at the websites ka5d.com/repeaters and n5oak.org/repeaters. Please give a couple of seconds between transmissions to allow all the system links to communicate with each other. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic on this frequency? If so, please call now. Nothing heard. We won't have any scheduled breaks to check for emergency traffic during the net this evening, but we will gladly yield the air if any station calls in with emergency or priority traffic. All right, let's rock and roll. The UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net is a social net with the purpose of bringing local radio operators together to share knowledge, discuss club activities, and keep in touch. All hands are invited, both new and experienced, and no club membership is required. If you're new to the net, the way this works is very simple. In just a bit, we'll invite everyone listening to check into the net. We'll start with short time check-ins for stations who just have a few minutes with us, then move on to general check-ins and comment time. Before we move on to check-ins, we'll get started with some announcements from the club. Final exams wrapped up for UT students this past Monday, so our members are starting to disperse for summer vacation. So there will be no club meetings until the beginning of the fall semester. If you want to get connected and stay in touch with us over the summer, go to n5xu.org and sign up for our email list. A little bit of Fox news. The UT Amateur Radio Club will be hosting a Fox this weekend. David, KG5UBB, will be hiding the Fox starting Saturday at 10 a.m. until sunset on the UT campus. For more information, visit the Fox Hunt channel on the N5OAK Discord. In personal news, we are reaching the end of the semester here, and I will be graduating in just a few days, which makes this my last net as a UT student. So a little bit of a bittersweet moment here, and I will still be running a few nets over the summer, but in the fall, having to pass along the reins of the net to the next generation of UT operators. So really excited about that. But wanted to take the opportunity to thank some of the people who are big supporters of the net over the past year. So first, I'd like to thank Samir, November 5 Echo India Foxtrot, who was the founding mind behind the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. Also would like to thank Kyle, KA5D, the trustee for the University Link repeater system, and all the guys at the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club N5OAK, especially Rusty, WZ5BBS, and Ernesto, KI5PZN. All of these guys have really supported the net from the early days when there were only a few check-ins on Wednesday nights. And ever since then, it has really grown exponentially thanks to them, and we wouldn't be here without their support. I'd also like to thank Young, KI5TIA, the president of the UT Amateur Radio Club, and David, KG5UBB, the vice president of the UT Amateur Radio Club, for letting me take the reins of the net and also jumping in and filling the gaps when I've been busy on Wednesday nights. It's truly been a blast. And to finish up this section of the net, I wanted to read through some statistics of my time as net control. So my first net was July 6th, 2022, less than 1 year ago. Since then, I've run 21 UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday night nets, had a total of 190 check-ins with 84 unique operators, and want to shout out the most check-ins there's actually a tie with 15 check-ins across my 21 nets. That is Garrett, KG5KVJ, and Rusty, WZ5BBS, tied for most check-ins to nets that I've run. So again, thank you to everyone who has supported the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Night Net, and excited to see the net continue on even after I move on to new things. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., right here on the University Link repeater system and the N5 OAK repeater system. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I am your net control for the evening. Let's move on to net check-ins. During check-in, please key your mic, say, "This is," unkey, and wait a moment to hear if anyone else started speaking at the same time. If it's clear, key in again and slowly and clearly state your call sign and first name. We encourage you to use standard ITU phonetics if you know them. This gives everyone the opportunity to learn the phonetics and makes it easier for me to write down check-ins. We will start off with short time check-ins. If you're out there and know that you've just got a few minutes, but still want to say that you've checked into the net, this is your opportunity. To keep things brief, we will not take general comments from the short time stations. Short time stations, please call now.
This is Whiskey 5 Alpha Charlie, the Texas A&M University Amateur Radio Club.
All right, we've got Whiskey 5 Alpha Charlie, the Texas A&M University Amateur Radio Club. Welcome, y'all.
This is Kilo India 5, Uniform Kilo Foxtrot, Steve in Dripping Springs.
Steve, welcome to the net. We've got KI5UKF written down. Any other short time check-ins, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, thank you to Steve and our friends down in Aggie Land for checking in this evening. Short time. Let's go ahead and move on to general check-ins. After we've got a few people checked in, we'll give the floor to each of you and then to any station who wishes to respond. If we don't get to you during the first round of check-ins, stick around. There will be plenty of opportunities to check in throughout the evening. Again, no club membership is required. Any licensed operators are welcome and encouraged to check in. General check-in stations, please call now.
This is WZ5BBS, Rusty, Northwest Austin.
All right, we've got WZ5BBS, Rusty. Welcome back to the net.
This is KI5PZN, Ernesto in East Austin.
Ernesto, welcome back to the net. That's KI5PZN. Any other general check-ins, please call now.
This is KI5ZTW, Blake in Spicewood, Texas.
Blake, welcome back to the net. KI5ZTW, thank you for checking in. Any other general check-ins, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, let's kick it off this evening by checking in with Rusty, WZ5BBS. Rusty, how's your week going?
Oh man, just working for the weekend. You know how that works. Congratulations on the graduation, man. That's super cool. and we're super proud of you. That's a huge accomplishment. So, way to go on that. It has been a busy week, and I've been, I guess I was playing on the radio a little earlier, but haven't been doing a whole lot of radio, kind of waiting for all the crazy weather to go by, and it seems to keep stacking up. So, we shall see. We got a Parks on the Air thing this weekend for the club. That's going to be fun. We got a swap meet thing going on up in Manor as well. So lots of ham radio fun stuff. And you said you're going to be around for a little bit. So how long are you going to be hanging out in Austin? Because I have a feeling there's a Florida trip in your future as well.
You are right on the money about that. Super cool, all the stuff that you've got going on there on the radio side. So I've got graduation. The engineering graduation ceremony is Friday night, and the university-wide graduation ceremony is on Saturday evening. And my family will be in town hanging out for the weekend, and then I head out early on Monday morning. So coming to the end here of my time in Austin.
Well, right on, man. I'll be down in Tampa. I was looking at my calendar. I'll be down there in August. So I'm not sure how long you're slacking until, you become full-on adult. But it'd be fun to hang out in Florida if possible.
Well, I have not yet figured out when I'm headed back to do the move from Austin up to Plano. But I do know my start date is August 14th, so it's going to have to be sometime late July or early August that I'm doing the move thing. So let me know when you're going to be down there, and if I'm there, we'll definitely hang out or something. Are you going to be up in the St. Petersburg area? Do I remember correctly?
That is correct. Indian Rocks Beach, but yeah, just south of Clearwater and just north of St. Pete. So that's where we go hang out. I think I'm there for all of if everything goes correctly, knock on wood, I will be there the whole month of August. So if not, it'll be a selected week, but hopefully it will be the whole month, because that's definitely makes better for my year when I get a full month of Florida and a little kickback time.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's super cool. Man, I wish I get the opportunity to spend a whole month down in Florida once I start work, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. A lot of stuff's still up in the air. They sent us this kind of cryptic email a few weeks ago where it kind of made it sound like we might have the opportunity to still work remote, at least kind of time to time, as long as you weren't doing it, habitually. So if that's the case, maybe I'll be able to take, a week and just work from Florida, have a little bit of vacation in quotes, at least be able to enjoy vacation when I'm off the clock. But we will see. That will all come in due time. I'll figure it out later.
Man, just get ChatGPT to make you a photo of a positive COVID test, and that will give you 2 weeks in the clear. You can hang out wherever you want, and life will be golden. So there's my 2 bits of advice on being employed. WZ5BPS.
Ain't that funny? I'm sure you could get ChatGPT to do that real easy. I was watching a video earlier about the new technology that they're using to be able to mimic people's voices, and it was so good I might have to just put in my little voice to this software, and then I can sit here and type instead of running the net. Y'all would never know at the beginning of the net, my little spiel, that could have all been recorded and generated by AI. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I have a feeling, you're leaving all these hoodlums in charge. Something tells me between Young and David, there's going to be some shenanigans involved, and I'm sure ChatGPT will be chatting with us on the repeater at some point, if I had to guess.
Man, that would be really goofy. I'm sure they're out there listening right now. They're probably getting ideas from you if they didn't have them already.
One thing David and I bond over is we're both devious and we both have all kinds of bad ideas. So yeah, I don't know that a whole lot of FaceTime with us would be a good thing for society.
I'm just hoping he doesn't go too crazy with the Fox Hive this weekend. My dad, KN4URM, is going to be in town for the graduation thing, and he wants to join me on hunting the UT Fox this weekend. So I'm hoping that David is, let's just say, somewhat considerate of our skill level when he hides the fox. But something tells me he may not be.
Well, very cool, man. Well, good luck to you and Dad, and hopefully y'all can find the fox. I bet the campus is going to be crazy busy, so maybe if anything, you can at least get the cops called on you, and provide a little entertainment. Maybe shut down graduation. I don't know. You never know with him.
If I get the cops called on us, I will definitely make sure to take several pictures and throw them up on the Discord so all of y'all can laugh at our misfortune. But I think it'll be fun. I don't think we're going to get bothered, and I'm looking forward to it. So, David, if you're out there lurking, looking forward to it, and thank you for hiding the fox. All right, let's open the floor for any other questions or comments for Rusty. Please call now. Nothing heard. Well, thank you, Rusty, for checking into the net this evening. It's always great talking with you. Before we move on to Ernesto, let's do a quick station ID. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. right here on the University Link repeater system and the N5 OAK repeater system. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I am your net control for the evening. Let's move right on down the list and check in with Ernesto, KI5PZN. Ernesto, great to have you on the net this evening. How's your week going?
This is KI5PZN. Hey, Matthew. Thank you for running the net, and hello to everybody listening and participating. And congratulations on finishing school. That's obviously a big deal. Sad to see you go, but I understand that's how it goes. And but it will be really cool if you continue running a few nets over All-Star. Let me reset. Usual stuff. Went fox hunting this past weekend on Saturday with Rusty and my son Enrique, and we spent 3 hours looking for Sky's fox. We found it, but it took us that long. It was hard. Fun, but hard. Not a whole lot of radio except for the net, and probably while I drive around, that's the only time that I've been on the repeaters in the last couple of weeks. Resetting again. Still pretty busy with work, and that's a good thing. Let me think. Looking forward to the swap meet on Saturday in Manor. I'm gonna be doing that one with the guys from the Austin Amateur Radio Club. I'm going to be doing breakfast before that at Waterloo on Burnett Road, just south of 183. And one more thing I'm gonna say. A reminder: the guys from Lhasa High School are gonna have their Saturday morning net starting this Saturday at I believe it's 10 a.m. and I think they're gonna be on OTO for now and the UT repeater system as well. I think I keep saying too many times. I think I'm done here. Back to net control. This is KI5PZN.
Well, thanks again, Ernesto, for checking in. Great to hear that you're busy with work. That's always a good thing because it keeps the money rolling in, and we like to hear that. Definitely a little bit disappointed myself. I was not able to get out and hunt the foxes this past weekend, either Sky's fox or the UT fox that David put out. This last weekend was the National Invitational Sailing Tournament, so we were out at the lake for both Saturday and Sunday with the big Nationals event going on, which was super fun. So I did not get much time to do much radio stuff, but still did get to have quite a fun weekend. So thankfully everything with school wrapped up in time so that I was able to focus on that. But it was a good weekend, and I'm definitely looking forward to the fox hunt this weekend. Ernesto, thank you again for checking in. Let's go ahead and open up the floor for any questions or comments for Ernesto. Please call now. Nothing heard. Well, thank you again, Ernesto, for checking in. It's always great to have you here on the net, and I look forward to talking to you again in the future. All right, let's move right on down the list to Blake, KI5ZTW. Blake, great to have you on the net. Welcome back. How's your week going, man?
It is going great. Thanks for hosting the net, and again, congratulations on graduating from UT. That is awesome, and look forward to staying in touch with you as well. Today I was busy. I was out in West Texas looking at some land, 2 different spots out by San Angelo in Ballinger. Let me let it reset. Got back this afternoon, went to dinner, and tomorrow I'm excited. Like a kid on Christmas Eve, I'm meeting up with Sammy, N5TXR. I purchased one of his Kenwood HF radios, and I'm looking forward to getting that back here and set up. And hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll have my dipole set up, and I'll have 3 HF options at that point. So yeah, that's how my week has been going, and I was looking forward to the Parks on the Air Saturday. Let it reset. But now I'm going to, I've got to go to a seminar for 6 hours on Saturday over in Bernie, so I won't be able to make it, but I hope to make the next one. It's something that is kind of right up my alley. Back to net.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the new radio. I definitely am a fan of the Kenwood gear myself, so really exciting to hear that you picked that up, and hope that you're able to get that set up quick and get on the air. All right. Well, thank you again, Blake, for checking in. Let's go ahead and open up the floor for any questions or comments for Blake. Please call now.
Break.
Break, go.
Long time, but Kilo Charlie 5, India Hotel Oscar, just checking out my new HT. Kilo India 5, Victor X-ray, just check in.
All right. First, we heard Kilo Charlie 5, India Hotel Oscar. That is Jason. Welcome to the net, and it sounds like you're checking out a HT there. We've also got KI5VEX. That's Ilya. Ilya, welcome back to the net. Great to hear you on here. Gentlemen, I'm going to put both of you on the check-in list here, and we will check in with both of you gentlemen just in one moment. Stand by. We've reached the end of my list of other check-ins. Jason, Ilya, we've got you first on the round for the next round of check-ins. But let's go ahead and open up for any additional check-ins from the general public. If you'd like to check into the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Night Net, run by me, that's Matthew, KN4LRA, please call now with your call sign and your first name. Well, nothing heard. Let's check in first with Jason, KC5IHO. Jason, welcome to the net this evening. I heard just a minute ago there that you're testing out an HT. So I would love to hear what kind of HT you're testing out and where you're coming in from, but your signal sounds great, and welcome.
Well, that's very impressive. I'm in Kyle, literally downtown, and I have not yet checked in or even tested this, but weirdly, I'm inside my living room, and if you can copy me, I'm quite impressed. It's an 878 Anytone, and that's what I'm transmitting on right now. I think it's like 6 watts. And yeah, I walked the property listening all night long, and I don't know why you can still hear me. KC5IHO.
Well, yes, we can hear you. The 878 is a great little radio. I used an 878 as my primary radio for the last 3 or 4 years. Recently upgraded to the Yaesu VX6 because of the waterproof capabilities that it has. But I was really happy with the 878 as a radio. If you are in Kyle, that's probably about 17 miles to the 320 repeater. Are you coming in on the 147320 repeater? Is that right?
I'm going direct, and I have no clue why I actually am able to do this inside my living room. It's weird where I get good reception and I don't. Yes, I have the Yaesu 57R. Correct me if I'm wrong, and it's a good radio. But yeah, I ordered 2 of these, played around with them, trying to get into DMR, still haven't fully done all that, but it's weird. I'm standing by my stove inside the house, and I don't know why I can still QSO with everyone and people can understand me.
This is NIGGER. How do I submit a request for a new call sign?
Well, Jason, it sounds like you're getting into the repeater just fine. There is a little bit of scratch behind your signal there, but nothing that I would be worried about. And I guess, hey, if it works in your living room from where you are, I'll just say that I really hope that it happens to be a nice, comfortable spot on your couch. Well, thank you, Jason, for checking in tonight, and really great to have you here, and hopefully we'll hear you on the net again sometime in the future. Let's go ahead and open up the floor to any additional questions or comments for Jason. Please call now.
You're good, thank you. KC5IHO, clear.
Thanks, Jason, for checking in. Let's move right on down the list to KI5VEX. That's Ilya. Ilya, welcome back to the net. Great to have you here. How's your week going?
Good evening, this is KI5VX. Week is going pretty well. We're almost there, almost Thursday. And honestly, I want to take a moment and say congratulate everybody, every student that's finishing. You also almost there. I guess it's a couple of more weeks and the year is finished. As for my project, it was a pretty good week for the projects. I finally finished my vertical. I put the vertical 20 meters antenna with the coupler and FET and was testing it. And honestly, until now, I don't see a big difference between my horizontal and FET and vertical and FET. So I know propagation was a bit problematic in a couple of last days, but we'll see in the future. But that was my project for this week. And I'm just glad I finished. It was like sitting on my neck for quite a while. Other than this, no real news and no real contacts. I was not really participating in many QSOs this week, so nothing really special. Back to Ned.
Very cool. Well, congratulations on making some progress on your projects there. I know I've got all kinds of stuff sitting around my apartment here that I've been telling myself that I'm going to work on for quite a while. And believe it or not, absolutely none of that work has gotten done. For me, it was mostly school got in the way, but there's always something that seems to come up that gets in the way. So maybe over the summer here I'll get a little bit of time working on it, but that's still very much up in the air. Well, Ilya, thank you so much for checking in on the net this evening. It's always great to have you here. Let's open up the floor for any questions or comments for Ilya. Please call now.
Yeah, 5PZN.
Ernesto, go ahead.
Hey, Ilya, just wanted to thank you for offering to help out with the news for tomorrow's net. I really appreciate it, man. And also thank you for being on the meeting last night. So I hope you're doing well, man. And we'll be talking soon. KF5PZN.
KF5PZN, this is KF5EX. Sure, it's a sure thing, and yesterday it was really amazing. In my opinion, it was great session, and looking forward to see the recordings because I needed to step out for some time. About 20 minutes I was out, but great session. Thank you for driving this. Back to net.
All right. Well, we've reached the end of my check-in list. Let's do a quick station ID, and then we'll open up the floor for a third round of check-ins. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. here on the University Link repeater system and the N5 OAK repeater system. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and I am your net control for the evening. Let's go ahead and open it up for a third round of general check-ins. If you're out there listening, we'd love to hear from you. Please call now with your call sign and your first name.
This is N5LX, Sky in Oak Hill.
N5LX, Sky, welcome back to the net. Any other general check-ins, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, let's check in with Sky, N5LX. Sky, I know you were the only one to find Fox last weekend, so why don't you tell us a little bit about that experience and maybe even give away the secret of where it was hidden.
This is N5LX. I really enjoyed that hunt as well. The previous one was pretty awesome, great hiding place. I think maybe it was a little bit of an advantage, since I used to work on campus, but I still felt like the fact that there were a lot of reflections made it a challenge, and that's actually part that I really enjoyed. And I'm trying to figure out how to describe where it was. It was a clever hiding spot. It was kind of in a little corridor between buildings, and let's see, where was it? It was near Geology, I think. If you go. Well, I parked in the parking garage on San Jacinto, and then I walked. I did a Yagi bearing from there. Let me do a reset. And so I walked toward the bearing, and it was, I think, towards the drama building. And then I just kind of wandered around. There's kind of a little, I don't remember what you call it. There's the fountain that's not on. I just kind of wandered around there by the geology school and the drama school. And I think it was a lot of reflections, but I think the previous hunt kind of helped me because I realized there were going to be a lot of reflections, so I'd try to figure out the angle in my head, and it pointed towards I guess it was kind of a corridor between it was a power plant and the geology building, I think, and that's the only way I know how to describe it. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and like the previous hunt, I really enjoyed it. Back to you.
Awesome. Well, like I said earlier, I'm really bummed that I didn't get out there to go search for it myself, but I'm glad to hear that you really enjoyed the hunt again. I think it's really cool that the UT Club is starting to do this on the weekends, and I hope that we're able to get more of our members involved in the fox hunting during the weekends. That at least, with HTs, people can get out there and get in the right ballpark, just like I did last weekend, and have a lot of fun. So I'm excited about this, and I'm looking forward to seeing it going on in the future. Are there any other questions or comments for Sky? If so, please call now.
F5PZN.
Ernesto, go ahead.
Hey Sky, I was going to ask you about the Fox, the location. So, because I'm more familiar with the streets than the buildings. I know that you used to work there. I'm clueless when you call the buildings. Oh man, it's been a week. Well, no, it's been like 4 days, and I forgot. But do you remember the streets where the I guess the closest streets that were near the Fox? So that way I'll know if I was close or not. Because I drove around for a little bit, but I couldn't find a parking, and I left. I didn't know that two things: that the garage were free, and second, I will have to take down a couple of antennas to get in. So that's why I also continue going, but. Do you remember the streets? Back to you.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. If you didn't know the names of the building, my description wouldn't have made any sense. If you knew your direction, like which way was north, San Jacinto is the north-south street that kind of bisects campus, and it runs just west of the football stadium. And the Fox, the drama and the geology building, which was kind of where it was, between the power plant and the geology building, that's just west of San Jacinto Boulevard. And there's like this long mall with the fountain that's not on, and then there's like trees and stuff. And I kind of walked up there, and then the Jackson School of Geosciences is just north of that mall. And so there's another street that like goes north of the stadium, De Los Dodds Way, I think. And then 24th Street is north of that. So it was like west of San Jacinto, north of De Los Dodds Way, and south of 24th Street. And you could probably look at Google Maps. And I guess I could go on Discord and like make a little arrow or something to show you where it was. So if somebody hadn't already done that.
Man, that's a good description. I know exactly where that is, and I was there too. So, okay, cool, man. No, I was really close to that thing. I wish I could have been able to park, but all right, yeah, that's San Jacinto across the street from probably that parking garage behind those other buildings over there. But cool, man. Thanks for sharing that information. KI5PZN.
Can I make a real quick comment? N5LX. I was going to say the parking, that particular weekend, the parking garages were free. It's a little bit of a walk. The garage where I parked, I don't know, it was like a quarter of a mile north of De Los Dodds Way, so it was a little bit of a walk. But some weekends, and as long as there's like not an event going on, the parking garages are free, and there's a bunch of them. You could also park on San Jacinto, I think, too. That you just have to look at the signs.
Oh, awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that information. I have no idea if that was the case, but thank you so much. Back to that.
Alrighty, thank you, Sky, for checking into the net this evening, and appreciate the information that you're able to share on this past weekend's fox hunt. Are there any other questions or comments for Sky? If so, please call now. Nothing heard. Well, we've reached the end of the third round of check-ins here. I think that means that it's about time that we wrap things up for the night. Thank you for joining us for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, a service of the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5XU. We are right here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for the net. We are the official amateur radio club of the University of Texas at Austin. For more information, please visit n5xu.org, where you can read more about the club and sign up for our email list. Thanks again for joining us this evening. My name is Matthew, call sign KN4LRA, and from my QTH here in North University, 7-3, and thanks again. This system is now returned to regular amateur use. Hook 'em and good night.
This is KG5 PKP. Can I get a radio check, please? KG5 PKP Mobile. Could I get a radio check, please?
Central Round Rock.
KF5 ZTW, you're coming in loud and clear in Spicewood.
This is KG5 PKP Mobile. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Spicewood.
I'm out here in Caldwell County. Are you copying this? Am I hitting the tower all right?
Clear out here in Spicewood.
That was a double between both of Spicewood and the gentleman asking for a check.
I'm sorry to interrupt y'all. This is KG5 PKP Mobile. Could I have just a radio check right quick?
You're sounding good, sir. Outstanding.
You are too. Have a nice night, and I'm sorry I interrupted y'all. I'm fixing to go I'm fixing to clear, and I'll be clear. Y'all can go back to your conversation. I'm sorry.
Oh, not a problem, sir. We actually weren't talking. Just had a couple of units trying to double accidentally, but stay safe, and your radio sounds great. KG5VF, sir.